Hey everyone, it is Sunday, April 24th. The time right now is 4:08 p.m. and the temperature is around 13 degrees Celsius. And I am here in Alexandra Park. And this is located on the west end of downtown. And there's a look towards the financial district, way off in the distance. And you can't really see it through the trees. And just behind me is Bathurst Street. And for this one, I'll be walking north at Bathurst Street to Dundas Street West, and then I'll head west. And I'll go for a walk around the Trinity Bellwoods neighborhood. And I'll head up a residential street and then pass through Little Italy for a bit. So this neighborhood on the right is known as Alexandra Park, and it shares a name with this park. Let's take this crosswalk here. There's a look south down Bathurst. And now I have left downtown. There goes the 511 Bathurst streetcar. That'll be heading north up to Bathurst Station. That's in the Annex neighborhood. Well, it straddles the Annex and Koreatown. And I think this McDonald's has the most urban drive-thru in the city. I can't think of any others this close to downtown, as this one is literally across the street from it. There's the Toronto Western Hospital. And that's the Kensington Market neighborhood over there on the northeast side. And that cyclist just was streaming across traffic there. And there's the 505 Dundas streetcar. So this is west on Dundas Street West, through a neighborhood called Trinity Bellwoods, named after Trinity Bellwoods Park, which ironically I won't be passing through or even passing by on this one. But that is located to the west of here, and Trinity Bellwoods is located between Bathurst Street to the east, which is just behind me, and I think Dovercourt to the west, and to the south by Queen Street, and to the north by College Street. Did I get that right? I think I did. If not, feel free to correct me in the comments down below. There is Collective Arts. A brewery, tap room, kitchen, and store. If I'm not mistaken, there used to be one of those bucket beer breweries called Lakeport, located in Hamilton. And that got taken over by Labatt. And I think Collective Arts are the ones who took over their old brewing facilities in the city of Hamilton. when I get up to Little Italy, I'll be walking right past a building that recently suffered a 4-alarm fire. I ate at that place last year, Old School. It was pretty good. And this here is Palmerston Avenue. I remember coming through here last year, a lot of the restaurants had sidewalk patios set up. Hopefully the city brings that program back this year.
Super chap.
Oh, you recognize me? Do you mind being on the video?
No.
All right, well.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you. Good to meet you.
Just recording a video through Trinity Bellwoods, but...
Macho Fana from Liberty Village.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Have a good one. I just got super chatted on a regular video. It's a very nice gentleman. I thought he said super chat, but I wasn't sure if I was hearing that correctly, but he was. He just bought me an iced coffee after the walk. Thank you for that. Just gonna put this money in my wallet. Sorry if the camera moves around. There was a time when all the so-called hip coffee bars would be cash only. Now they've gone the opposite way, and a lot of those places don't take cash. I think we have the pandemic to thank for that. There's Lucky Strike across the street. Just gonna pull into this alley for a second. I was putting that $5 bill into my wallet. My key started to fall out. There we go, all safe and secure. So just to the south of here along Queen Street is the West Queen West neighborhood. This area is kind of a continuation of that, particularly around Ossington and Dundas to the west of here. There's look southbound Manning Avenue.
So much fun. Honestly, I saw that and I wanted to cry.
So I'll be heading north up Grace Street. And that's a rather nice residential street. I don't think I've ever featured on this channel before. And that should be coming up soon.
I hate it.
Okay, let's do what we gotta do.
There's a vintage clothing shop. I've heard some people complain recently. A lot of vintage shops have become quite expensive, kind of defeating the purpose. And here's Bray Street coming up. So just a little bit more to the west of here, on the south side, will be Trinity Bellwoods Park. And here's a church, Iglesia Católica San Juan Bautista. And there's another church. I remember looking this one up before, and it had one review on Yelp, giving it 1 star. All right, so we're gonna get off Dundas here and walk north up Bray Street. I think that's St. Agnes Church, and that was founded back in 1902.
Yeah, we need to get back to
So this is a fairly typical residential street in this area. This is a one-way street. A lot of these streets are one-way streets, with the traffic on this one heading southbound. I think this here is part of the church. And there is, that street has a name. Plymouth Avenue. I think it would be a laneway. And I couldn't find any houses for sale on this stretch. But north of College, on the street, which I won't be walking through, I did find a few. I found one, I think it was $2.8 million. Just trying to remember the details. There's a French school named after our former Prime Minister. And father of the current Prime Minister. I think there's a number of schools named after Pierre Elliott Trudeau. I don't know why I said it that way in Canada. And this was originally the site of Grace Public School. And that closed back in 2000. Since then, it's turned into this French-speaking school. And that house had 7 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. Not sure the square footage. I saw another one that was a bit smaller and more modest for about $2.2 million. I think it was similar to one of these. And here's another church coming up. This one is St. Francis. There's the I guess a plaque, I don't know how to call this, put up by the City of Toronto to honor Grace Bagnato. And just up ahead is Little Italy along College. Well, I guess this is Little Italy as well as Trinity Bellwoods. I think the two neighborhoods overlap. I think the people here would more commonly refer to themselves as living in Little Italy. So I think that's bordered by Ossington west of here and Bathurst east of here.
Because of the miscarriage.
So this is College, and right around the corner should be that property that suffered a fire. That was just a few weeks ago. That was on April 15th. And this is named after Johnny Lombardi. He's a pioneer in the promotion of Toronto's cultural diversity. And he was behind the Chin Institution just up here. This is the Chin building. That's home to a multilingual radio network. I don't think this building is that old. I think it's only been around since 2000. And they usually have different flags from all around the world. Well, it looks like it's mostly Ukrainian and Canadian flags up top. And just on the right here, at 615, is the property that suffered a fire. Fortunately, it looks like Rudy wasn't affected. I'd heard that this place was affected. It's one of the best burgers in town. There's Egyptian street food. So this is the building. I'd heard that there was a planned restaurant here. In one of the neighboring units that was supposed to open up. Maybe it was, I'm trying to recall from that article, it might have been in the base unit, and they had recently renovated and got all ready to open, and the fire set them back. And they already suffered a setback due to the pandemic. I think it was supposed to be a Mexican restaurant. There's the Gorilla Store. Kind of the spiritual successor to Active Surplus. And this is Clinton Street. There's Cafe Diplomatico.
Was that in college?
And every year they hold a street festival here called the Taste of Little Italy, although that's been canceled the past 2 years. And if that fires up again, which I think it has been confirmed it will this year,
Yeah, it's just.
I'll probably come film it, maybe even live stream through it. And if Ken was in the area, it'd be a safe bet to find him in that place, Burrito Boys. And there's a belly buster moving in there. A lot of people think quite highly of that place. Canada's first robotic cafe. I'm gonna get blasted
Just like.
for that copyright music they're playing. Neat concept, but I'm a bit more interested in supporting businesses that hire humans. Call me old-fashioned. And this here is Euclid. And that's an old church that's been converted into lofts. At least I think it was. I know this one for sure is just up here on the left. And this should be Palmerston coming up. I wonder if there's a film shoot or something coming up. Got all these trucks here. Wonder what's going on. And Palmerston Boulevard here, it's called Avenue to the south. And it's quite the nice street between here and Bloor Street to the north. We've got these nice old school lamps dotting the sidewalks. Got a little distracted by their conversation behind me.
So she.
There's someone walking with a Domino's pizza. That gives me ideas for dinner tonight. Here's Markham Street. And coming up, we'll be back at Bathurst Street. So this is where Little Italy comes to an end. I guess I'll just keep walking for a few more blocks east along College here. I quite like this area. As I re-enter downtown, there's Sneaky D's. That's a local institution on the southeast corner. That building there is slated for redevelopment. So unfortunately, Sneaky D's will have to find a new home. This part of Little Jerry, the Little Jerry, I wonder if that's Seinfeld inspired. So as I was about to say, this part of College straddles between the Kensington Market neighborhood on the right and Harvard Village on the left. There's where that guy got his Domino's, I bet. And here is Croft Street. And this is really a laneway, but it's got a street designation. And there's a lot of interesting laneway homes on it. That'll head north up to Harvard Street. It was once known as Ulster Avenue. There's the Cloak and Dagger. I've been there. And just up here on the left, it used to be where Kaplansky's Deli was. I think they still have a location in Pearson Airport. It's now the Hogtown Vegan. It's kind of an ironic name, given that Toronto got the nickname Hogtown after its slaughterhouses, primarily the ones located up in the Stockyards district. That's up in the junction to the northeast of here. And coming up is Augusta Avenue, and turning right will take it down into the heart of Kensington Market. I just passed through there on my way to record this one. That video should probably already be on the channel by now. I don't know if you can see, but it is quite packed down Augusta and towards Kensington. I think I'll have to come back next weekend and record a dedicated Kensington Market walk. I've heard pedestrian Sundays are returning. There's Fancy Frank's. This area used to be known for all its PC repair shops. Well, repair and parts and accessories. There's the T&T supermarket. And a 506 streetcar. Not sure what that was all about. There's a New York license plate. We're starting to see more of that sort of thing in the city, which is good. And at one point in time, Canada Computers had several locations in this area. Oh, and if only I were on that side of the street, I could hop on that streetcar and take it over to College Station. Is that a northbound streetcar in Spadina there?
As much as it was annoying at some.
I could take that up to Spadina. Either one will work. It looks like I'm gonna get neither. Nope. So you know what? Might be able to make the streetcar here on the right. I'm gonna go for it. All right, I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to Patreon and YouTube membership in the description. That could have been a disaster.
Next stop, Beverly Street. Next stop, McCall Street. Please look right for traffic when exiting. Next stop, University Avenue, Queens Park Subway Station. Please look right for traffic when exiting. Next stop, Elizabeth Street, Women's College Hospital. Next stop, Bay Street. Please look right for traffic when exiting. Yonge Street, College subway station. Please look right for traffic when exiting.